Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Pop Spot, where we pop about all the spots we love in pro wrestling. And this week, we are here to pop about MPW Bad to the Bone. I'm your host, Andre. Joining me, as always, is my co-host and good buddy. It's AWS. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, Andre. Pretty good indeed. Friday night was all right. It was pretty damn good. Had a great little time. Went and picked up some delicious Latin food at the Paraíso Tropical right next to the venue, and then we watched the show, and it was pretty damn good. Again, I feel like they keep getting better, MPW, and that's what I love about going to MPW is just seeing people advance.
Yeah, there's some strengths, there's some weaknesses. Don't get me wrong. At MPW, there's some weaknesses, there's some strengths. There was a huge and not to we'll get into it at the start of the show. We're talking MPW Bad to the Bone. And not to slam the regular ring announcer, but I'm not the biggest fan of her ring announcing style. She's not bad or anything. I'm not the fan of it. Like I have my style of how I ring announce.
Yeah.
Spencer has his own style. Ivan has his own style, and Gavin has his own style. We all have our own styles, but I model myself after. What about Ivan? Because again, I suit on it or put the jacket on and everything, and I try to emulate the best. Hers I'm not the biggest fan of, but she's MPW's ring announcer. But tonight she was not on the call, and we got to hear from one massive damage on the ring announcing, and he did an all right job. He did an all
right job. Yeah, for sure. I saw Massive come out, and I was like, oh, I hope he doesn't get involved in some way, shape, or form.
I swore he was going to get involved somehow, but outside of a couple of congratulations, he really didn't. Yeah, he didn't get involved physically at all.
He didn't really get physically involved. I forgot before we get started proper, I do have a pop review to do. My friend Emma got me this Pepsi. Our friend Emma gave me this cherries and cream Pepsi, which she has been raving about for a while. I haven't had a chance to try it yet, so we'll see. I like vanilla cola.
Yeah,
that's not bad. I definitely the cream, the vanilla is very heavy on the back of the throat. God, this is just it sounds terrible, but no, that's pretty good. That's one of the better colas because I'm not huge on like normal cola flavor. You have to add something to it for me, and that is damn good. That's like a 9 out of 10 cola for my taste right now, honestly. So thank you, Emma.
Perfect.
I'll be finishing.
And you'll finish that over the next week or two.
Yeah. Well, it's not like Faygo where it's got like 27 million grams of sugar, and it takes me a month to drink a 24-ounce.
One bottle of Faygo is 3 or 3 times the amount of sugar you should have in a day.
Yeah. So I can drink this in a day or two, but a Faygo lasts me like 2 weeks to a month at times.
Yeah. So with the pop review out of the way, I think it's time for us to get bad to the bone. Coming at you July 3rd, 2026 from the Albert Avenue Community Hall in Edmonton, Alberta. And we kicked it off with Thunder Bear versus the Eggy Farts of professional wrestling, Propayne.
Absolutely. I do have one pre-show note as it was requested. Before the show even began, our good friend Andreas was scared by Emma's child, tiny human Charlotte, twice.
Yep, twice.
So let it, yeah. So
once before the show, and then twice before the show, and then once during the show.
Yeah. So let it be known that Andreas fears children, and that is that.
We weaponize the children.
So Propayne versus Thunder Bear. I know Andre saw this and was like, "Oh God." I feel like most people saw this and was like, "Oh God." I am not a huge hater of Thunder Bear. I know that he needs a lot of polish, but I think he has a decent enough character. I think it works. I mean, the crowd did love him, so I give him some credit.
Like the crowd's behind the guy. Like again, like I do see improvements every time I see him wrestle. Don't get me wrong, but again, he's still very new, very young in his career. Again, I don't expect him to be the crispest worker in the world, but like he's not the worst person I've seen wrestle. And while Propayne, I'm not a fan of the Aggie farts from professional wrestling. The one Propayne, he isn't outwardly bad. You know what I mean? He's not bad.
Yeah, he's not awful.
Just not. I just his style I don't care for. He's kind of got that slow lumbering big man style, which doesn't work for me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
There's a lot of what the heck?
Sorry, you got muted.
Yeah, I got muted randomly by my computer. He was like, "I don't want to hear you talk about."
Did you press the M? Did you press the M? Because when you do that,
I did not touch my keyboard. It just said your microphone was unplugged, which is weird because it's my laptop microphone. It's like I don't want my computer just knew that I was talking about Propayne Thunderbirds. Like I don't want you to talk about that match. So this match opens up and we get the theme of the first half of the show, which is limb work. There's a lot of limb work on this show. A lot of working the arm. Both men they've got lengthy arm bars locked in, lengthy hammer locks. A bit later on, we get an actually half decent elbow drop. Like the big Kevin Nash, walk forward and drop the elbow. Looks pretty good. A bit more time later, Thunderbear gets a little bit of fire back in his belly. He gets the Samoan drop off. Very cool. And then Thunderbear hulks up with tomahawk chops to Propayne's big Megamind head, as I have written here.
Oh, I wrote Propayne's 5 head.
Yeah, 5 head. I only say Megamind because in this poster he looks like Megamind.
Yeah,
and
it's the giant 5 head right there.
Yeah, the giant 5 head. And the people at MPW Wrestling's official Instagram page agree with me because they posted Megamind in response. So we get some tomahawk chops to Propayne's massive head. Propayne goes down. We get the native people's elbow, as I wrote, where Thunderbear does the little rain dance thing and then drops the elbow. And then we get a little bit more action. Propayne gets up and he low blows Thunderbear, picks him up, grabs him by the throat, double choke bomb, spine on the pine. We get the 1, 2, 3, and Propayne gets the win, and Thunderbear is unfortunately beaten by the Eggy Farts of pro wrestling.
Yeah, and again, a little bit surprised for Thunderbear losing here outside of his loss from last month with the Leo
Burke Cup. Yeah,
he's been on a roll. Like he's been showing up and just slightly surprised by this finish. I thought Thunderbear might have taken this one, but I guess not.
The crowd does cheer Thunderbear as he's helped out by referee Josh, I believe, here. And then we get a nice little promo where Massive brings out the new backstage correspondent for MPW, Tasha. And she invites out to the ring Jerry Jester and Prankster Pete. They both come out, and I have to point out here that Jerry has some new gear, and Jerry coattails are so 1950.
I thought he looked good, man. I like the new jacket. I like the jacket. I like he's got green pants now instead of the shorts.
It's very Joker inspired, his outfit, and I'm talking like Cesar Romero Joker, like 1960s Batman Adam West Joker. So that's cool. So we get that, and Tasha asks the question that apparently everyone in the crowd wants to have answered: where the heck is Bonkers? Pete says,
"I'm gonna say this. I did not have that question.
I didn't have that question either." Pete says,
"No Bonkers is a good Bonkers."
Pete, of course, says, "Who cares where Bonkers is? He probably forgot his ride back from Fort McMurray." And then we cut to the screen, and on the screen is Bonkers in a Hawaiian shirt with his trusty mallet. And he says, "Hey guys, I forgot my ride back to Fort McMurray." Well, good.
So Pete was right.
He mentions that a couple of nice folks are helping him out and have taken him on vacation. And he pans the camera and you see there's like a nice building behind him. I want to say it's something from Banff. I'm not 100% sure.
No idea.
I'm not great at vacation spots in Alberta. I don't go on vacation often. So yeah, he says he's on
vacation, right?
Yeah. He says he's on vacation and that he'll be back in August. So great.
Yay.
Yeah. And then Tasha begins asking Pete about Fort Mac and basically how he lost his big championship match at the Fort Mac show to hometown hero Bobby Brake, who is our new MPW Heavyweight Champion. We'll get there later. Pete says that there was a Fort Mac screw job in play and that if it weren't for all of the noise from the Fort Mac crowd, he would have actually won. So, I mean, sure, fair enough. He complains and says that he is coming back for that heavyweight championship. And then we transition immediately into the next match number 2. It is the leader of the Carnival of Chaos, Prankster Pete, taking... taking on, as you can see here from the Pirate Party, it's Hammerhead. The worst part is I knew you were going to do something like this, and it didn't matter what you did. I was going to laugh at it regardless.
So legitimately, I did look for pictures of both of these men. And Hammerhead is impossible to find a good picture of him. Like it's just not out there. Like, I can't find a good one to remove the background and put him in. There is them out there for Pete, but I'm like, if I'm going to do cartoon for Hammerhead, I'm going cartoon for Pete. So I thought, come on, let's go. Let's have some fun. And no, come on either, because Hammerhead looks vicious right here, and Prankster Pete looks creepy, which is essentially what Prankster Pete is. He's creepy.
That is basically, yeah. I mean, you found a way to envision both of these men without having images of them.
So again, we start off with arm ringers, arm locks, everybody working over the arms here in the second match. Hammerhead actually gets him down the mat. And you know, like you see people jump up and then they like slam the knee into the arm.
Mm-hmm.
Would jump up and then drop the head on the arm, Hammerhead in that arm. So Pete does fight back. It's a big neck breaker. They fight to the floor. They come back in, and Pete hits a green killer, or as some people like to call it, the Randy Orton vintage DDT for 2. Yep. Pete then gets him kind of over the apron, hits a big leg drop onto the apron. They fight around the outside a bit. They end up back in the ring, and Hammer does eventually fight back. It's a big old suplex for 2. Pete fights back with the Randy Orton style backbreaker. He grabs the neck and pulls him over his own back to hit that backbreaker, Randy Orton style. Hammer eventually fights back, traps the arms, gets 1, gets 2, goes Omen style, starts hitting the headbutts, as I call it. It's Omen style. And then follows it up with like a backdrop suplex style move. But Jerry ends up putting Pete's foot on the rope to break up the pin. Hammerhead then baseball slides Jerry on the outside. Hammer comes back to Pete and hits him with a backdrop super, but again, only gets 2. So Hammerhead goes up to the second rope, but Jerry, with the ref distracted, the ref is kind of distracted, and Jerry pushes him off the second rope, and Pete then grabs him with a side Russian leg sweep and floats over into the pin for the 1, the 2, and the 3. And Prankster Pete is your winner.
Yeah, a pretty decent showing from both of these guys. Again, my thoughts on the Carnival, it's a bit too cheesy for me, and I like clown stuff in terms of like horror aesthetic. Like I liked Heel Doink, but this is it's a bit too cartoony for me in 2026 personally. He's still a great worker, let that be known. And Hammerhead, I actually am starting to really warm up on Hammerhead. He has improved significantly since joining the Pirate Party.
Oh, by far.
Yeah, he definitely has potential. That man, that guy does.
And now with good, solid pants.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Hopefully he never has a blowout like that again.
Yeah. So we move on to our third match of the show. It is the Wild Boys team of the Mighty KC Dub Club. Mighty KC and Max Mayhem taking on the Pirate Party's Captain Bonez and the debuting Scar.
They did
post the graphics for this one.
I mean, I'm surprised you couldn't find a good graphic for the Wild Boys. I do like that.
I could find I have a great graphic of the Mighty KC. Problem is,
Max Mayhem.
You don't have a great graphic of Max Mayhem. So I just went, because the lot of the pictures of Max Mayhem, they're not like the still photos, or they have weirdness on them. I can't. So I just went with it, and and Scar, there are photos of Scar. So I just went pirate part.
Yeah, I mean they're decent graphics, absolutely. So yeah, we had a little promo.
The Wild Boys.
The big dub for the Wild Boys. Yeah, we got a little promo. We had a little promo leading into the show of how they found Scar. Apparently, they found him in the bottom of their new ship, the Dreadnought, because as you remember last month, Max Mayhem mutinied, and because he mutinied, they have Captain Bonez' original ship, so the Wild Boys canonically own a pirate ship.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting. Okay,
yeah. The Wild Boys Express.
Someday. I want to see battles of the pirate ships.
Absolutely, yeah. Pirate ship sumo match. Do it. So we get the Wild Boys, KC and Max Mayhem are coming out, and they have Tiffany Love as their manager. I think Vale is out of town, which would explain why they have Tiff with them.
Vale's out wheeling and dealing, trying to make all the biggest deals, acquire all the biggest talent.
Mm-hmm.
Vale already is trying to acquire us as talent in their stable. So we're Vale's out there wheeling and dealing.
There are negotiations happening, so good on Vale for going out there to make those deals. And Pirate Party, of course, it's Bonez and Scar, and they have Vesna Moon with them. The female pirate, as Andre wrote.
I wrote Lady
notes.
Pirate.
Lady Pirate. Okay, fair enough. Lady Pirate. Vesna Moon. So we get this opening up. Again, more limb work, lengthy arm holds to start off. We get a phenomenal leg drop by KC onto Scar here, and KC only manages a 2 off of that, which is unfortunate. We get Bonez is very clearly still incredibly angry at Max for mutinying on him and stealing his boat. So there's a lot of Max getting mad and distracting the ref with his rage, while Max Mayhem and KC take advantage, as they should. It's only the smart thing to do.
Oh, you mean Bonez getting mad?
Yeah, Bonez gets mad and Bonez is getting mad and distracting the ref, which is causing KC and Max to have a lot of chances to take advantage, which is the correct and smart thing to do.
Yep.
We get Max hits a gut check-esque knee drop after tagging in KC. It's kind of like he's doing the demolition decapitation, but inverse, and there's no leg drop or elbow drop. So that was
a gut buster over there. I got gut buster over there.
It's a gut buster, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
KC locks in a rear naked choke onto Bonez here after a tag in. Bonez is locked in this thing for at least 2 minutes. It's a long time, and there's a couple, and eventually he does wear Bonez down. We get 2 arm drops, but Bonez manages to hold on the third one. He manages to step up and come back. But eventually Tiffany Love does distract during this big comeback series of spots. And KC manages to grab the bat that Tiffany Love came out with. Comes into the ring, but unfortunately, I don't know if it was a miscommunication or it was just a poor timing on the distraction. But by the time KC gets in with the bat and hits Bonez with it, the ref is no longer distracted, and the ref calls for the bell. The Wild Boys are unfortunately disqualified here, but I'm sure there's more good coming from the Wild Boys.
But I'll say this, because the post match, I'll give this to KC. At least he hit Bonez in the stomach from the front with the that. So there was no cheap shot there because Scar then comes in with his giant ass flag and hits Casey from behind, like just cheap shot in. At least Casey hit him from the front. He got Scar
Casey.
From the back.
Casey's at least he may use a weapon, but he's using it honorably. He's not a coward like Scar is.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Okay, finish up with the Max Mayhem attacked Bones, and then they get chased out by Scar. But I gotta give credit. Oh, there was a spot early. Captain actually had $1 million dream on Mighty KC. Looked really good. I really like it. I really like Mighty. It was like I don't know if it was exactly the exact quote, but it looked like $1 million dream, aka Cobra Clutch, whatever you want to call it. It looked like that. It looked really good. I like that submission. I like Bones' evolution in his game, pulling out some submissions here and there. So yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, and there was just a lot. Everyone was fighting each other. Even Tiff and Vesna were fighting each other after the bell rang. So I'm expecting some sort of big faction warfare, possibly with 2 pirate ships involved coming up in the next month or so. All I'm saying is people want to see 2 pirate ships fighting each other.
The Wild Pirates versus Pirate Party.
Oh, no. You can keep the WB by calling them the Wild Buccaneers.
Oh, the Wild Buccaneers. Yep.
There it is.
Buccaneers versus the Pirate Party.
There you go. There it is.
Let's go.
But yeah, no, it was a good match. Again, Wild Boys never disappoint. They always have pretty decent matches, and that's why we're Dub Club for life. So,
speaking of the Dub Club, up next we have an MPW Provincial Championship match. It is Alex Houston defending his brand newly won championship against one half of the MPW Tag Team Champions. PA Tyler Adams, it's our boy, Dub Club for life, but Alex Houston rules. I was very conflicted watching this match because Alex and Tyler would get mad at us, and then we go Dub Club for life, and then Alex would look over at us going, "The fuck, man." Even though we're cheering for him,
and then eventually we had to start chanting both these guys because genuinely our allegiances are so stretched in this match because we love the absolute hell out of both of these guys. They are phenomenal wrestlers, both of them.
This was not the first, and this wouldn't be the last match for me where I'd be struggling with 2 people that I really like. But yeah, TJ tries to attack Alex versus match starts, but he sidesteps, sending Tyler into the corner, and he goes on the attack. They end up fighting to the floor. Tyler misses an elbow drop back. Like they do like the chase spot, and Tyler got in first, and he goes for the elbow drop on Alex, but Alex dodged back out of the ring. I love that. Then as Alex comes in, he kicks the rope into his crotch to kind of give him the inadvertent low blow, as we call it. TA working over Alex, hits him with that kitchen sink knee to the gut, flipping Alex over. He's choking Alex on the ropes. Tyler gets the slingshot suplex off the rope using the ropes, but he poses with the W sitting there, and then he goes over for the cover. So with the delayed cover, he only got 2. He would have won. I'm pretty sure he would have won it there if he had just gone for the cover immediately, but he took his time to pose a bit, and only got 2 out of that one. Tyler does miss an elbow drop. Alex attacks, but Tyler does fight back. It's a running elbow to him, but only gets 1 doing the cocky Chris Jericho pin.
Come on, baby.
Yeah. Alex comes back with a huge lariat to Tyler Adams out of nowhere. Alex attacks, hits a super kick, follows it up with the sling blade, goes to the top, crushes Tyler Adams with the Swanton Bomb.
It was a rough looking one because he basically crushes
like half on his face.
Yeah, he landed half on his face. He crushed Tyler Adams from the neck up essentially.
It was just like he flipped over and then it was just sometimes you see a Swanton Bomb, they flip through and then it's almost like they roll over them. He just came down just on them.
And just plop right on them.
But with that, and Tyler kind of Alex kind of bounces off, so Tyler rolled towards the ropes, and as Alex hits the pin, Tyler gets a foot on the ropes. Tyler ends up poking him in the eye, hits a Tiger Bomb for 2. Look, that Tiger Bomb looked great,
phenomenal Tiger Bomb. Yeah,
Alex then T goes to the top. Alex attacks him up top. Tyler Adams blocks a superplex, headbutts him, knocking him off, but then Alex comes right back to super kick Tyler while he's up there. He comes up, hits we're thinking he's getting up there. We're thinking he's going for like a Hurricane Rana or something. Gets up, puts the head between the legs, hooks the arm. We're like, oh my God, tribute. It's a tribute to a Punk with what we're calling the RC Cola Crash Out for the win.
I cannot believe that this crazy SOB broke out a tribute to the Pepsi Plunge. It was like, again, the reaction was exactly oh, it's going to be a Frankensteiner or something. Oh, God, he's underhooking the arms. What the hell? Oh, my God.
Well, I was thinking he had him, like, is he going to flip through, like, hit, like, a double underhook pile driver off the top? Is he going to hit, like, I thought he was going to go for a tiger bomb, like, do a tiger bomb, and then he comes out with it, and I'm like, oh, Pepsi Plunge. But as we're going to call it, and we got approval from one Alex Houston, it is now the RC Cola Crash Out.
There you go.
Not sponsored by RC Cola, though. It's not sponsored.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet. Reach out to us. Alex, we'll get you in touch with Alex. Reach out to us.
We'll get you in touch with Alex. He'd love it. That was a great contest. Again, I actually did go back and look at our first MPW review, and our match of the night from that show was Tyler Adams versus Alex Houston. It's these two guys put magic in the ring when they're in together. So, it was phenomenal. It was everything I love about wrestling and more. So there you go.
Yeah, I thought this match was so good. Like, they just really, both men worked off each other so well, and it flowed nicely, and I thought this was a great match.
Yeah. Now post match, we get Tasha coming in to talk with the still provincial champion Alex Houston. And she's like, oh, you've had a phenomenal couple months. You won the provincial championship from Jake Woods last month. Any thoughts? Any people you want to thank? Anything like that? Alex Houston takes the mic and he says, I have a few people specifically I need to thank. First and foremost, he points at his father. And it's like, this man raised me to be a wonderful human being. He has taught me everything I need to know about being a human. And he may not have taught me everything I know about being a wrestler, but he has been a supporter consistently since the day I stepped foot into this ring. So thank you, Dad.
And then he thanked everybody else and he left.
No, it's not like that. No, unfortunately, his second group of people he wanted to thank was myself and Andre C. And he said specifically, I will let Andre say his piece after I say this. He said specifically that we have been consistently coming to these shows, consistently supporting them, and consistently pouring our support into the promotion with the pop spot. So he cannot thank us enough for that. I personally love this, but of course, Andre...
He didn't make a mistake. He didn't say we were coming all year. You have. I only started coming in March.
Yeah.
So I've only been going about 5 months now, but it's been fun. And literally, like, the reason you got me to start coming was because Alex Houston was watching all of our. Alex Houston, shout out to you. Thank you for watching this show. I really do appreciate it. And when we started, I kind of came back because I knew you were a big fan, and he really wanted us MPW one of his matches to be covered. So I was like, okay, look, I'll come check him out. And I had a good time in Tough Luck, and he really impressed me on the night, and he's impressed me every show since. So the man we buy our tickets through won Alex Houston. But yeah, shouting us out. Then he shouted everybody else out after that. But yeah, I'm a guy. I'll get on here. I'll talk. I'll have conversations. I'll get up in the middle of a ring and ring announce a show. But when I'm sitting in a crowd, just taking my notes, just being random bystander number 2, and somebody shouts me out, I don't know why, but I get like super like I turtle a bit and I just get nervous. I don't know why. It's just I'm a guy that gets in front of crowds and does things. But yeah, I don't know. I've been in front of like 300 and some people in Saskatchewan, and I don't understand why I felt like that. But I do appreciate it, Alex, and thank you for shouting us up, bro.
Yeah, genuinely. It was very sweet of you to shout us out, and I appreciate you and your support. And I'm glad that we can give you the same level of support. So thank you so much for shouting us out. And like he said, he shouted out the rest of the fans. And I feel bad for Emma because it feels like I think Emma felt like she got a little snubbed here because she's been going to MPW way longer than we have, and she didn't get a shout out.
So right here, we're giving a shout out to Emma, huge supporter of this show. So shout out to Emma, we love you.
Yeah, thank you, Emma, for all the support, watching all our shows, and giving me all of this cool pops. So thank you for that.
There you go.
So yeah, phenomenal match. We went to intermission and everything was great, and we had a great time, just chilling out. And then we came back and we have match number 5. It is a number 1 contenders match for the MPW Heavyweight Championship. It is the young lion, Jake Woods, taking on Andre's least favorite wrestler in MPW, Blake Kannon.
Correction. He is not my least favorite wrestler in all of MPW. I think he's a bum. But that's who Blake Kannon, the man, is. The man Blake Kannon is a bum. He's not my least favorite wrestler, though, because you got the Iggy farts. Don't like him. You got the Carnival of Chaos. Don't like them, especially Bonkers. No hate, no actual hate to anybody here. Please know that. I love.
Yeah, he doesn't. None of us actually hate any of you. Don't worry.
But again, I like Blake Kannon more than them. I like Blake Kannon more than most of the Pirate Party outside of Captain Bonez. So it's not my least favorite, but Blake Cannon's a bum. Simple as that.
Yeah, the Blake Bummer himself, Blake Kannon.
Blake Bummer.
So this match starts off with Blake in control very early.
No. It started off with the pose off.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the pose off. Please cover the pose off.
Just both men going up, posing. Jake Woods not getting the adulation he deserves, and Blake Kannon getting way too many cheers that he doesn't deserve because he's a bum. So yeah.
Yep. And we were like the only 2 people, us, Charlotte, and Emma were the only 4 people in the entire arena holding up the dub for Jake Woods. Because Jake Woods and all of the dub club deserve all of the adulation. I continue to say that Jake Woods is one of the most slept on men in this promotion. So Jake gets in control after a really floppy sling blade from Blake Kannon. I will say it's all right. It's just not as good as Alex Houston's sling blade.
That's so mean, but he's a bum, so
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't get to tell me I'm mean when you call him a bum every show. Jake gets in control. He gets Blake's arm on the rope and he steps on it like he's going to break the arm. And the ref complains to him. He's like, no, the crowd told me to break the arm. And I'm like, yeah, we told him to break the arm. Yeah, I mean, it's true. We get another kitchen sink here from a Wild Boy because Jake hits the kitchen sink here. I'm honestly happy that they all use the kitchen sink. It's one of my favorite like transitional moves in the wrestling.
Sink, man, you got it. It stuns the guy when he got it, man. It really does.
Yep. Jake Woods hits a massive DDT. Only gets a 2 off of that.
The JKT is I like to call it the JKT.
Yeah, the Jake the Woods DDT is what I called it, like a Jake the Snake DDT. Jake says, hey, you guys want to see an elbow drop? Goes up to Brett's rope and then jumps down on the canvas. You guys don't deserve to see one from up top. I'm going to give you one.
And he pointed at us, his supporters. I don't understand.
I mean, maybe we just don't deserve it. Maybe that's what he's saying. Our mission is to get everyone in the crowd to cheer Jake Woods.
Yeah, we haven't gotten everybody cheering for Jake Woods yet. So yeah, we don't deserve it. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So he goes to hit a elbow on the ground, but misses. Unfortunately, Blake slithers away. We get Jake also going for the cocky pin a few times. He hits a few different poses while pinning, but none of them even get a 1 count, unfortunately. We get a Blake Kannon stunner, and it stuns so hard that Jake flips over and his feet are caught on the top rope for a second. Phenomenal sell job. Blake gets a big comeback. He hits a big spine buster on Jake Woods. KC jumps up onto the apron and distracts the ref while Tyler slides into the ring and attacks Blake. But Blake manages to toss Tyler Adams into KC, tossing both the Wild Boys back out onto the floor. And then Jake grabs him and hits the mic check, as I call it. It's the Mr. Kennedy move. I think it's the
flatliner.
The flatliner.
Yes, it goes the other way. Flatliner's driving the face in.
Yeah, because the flatliner only gets a 2 off of that. Blake throws Jake into the corner after getting back up, hits a big monkey flip, then grabs him again and hits a German suplex. He gets Jake up onto his shoulders and goes for an airplane spin, but unfortunately, Jake's feet knock the ref down. Tyler, the Wild Boys get in. Tyler gets dropped by Blake, but KC manages to give Jake the tag belt. Jake hits Blake with the tag belt, tosses it back out to KC, gets the pin, wakes up the ref. 1, 2, 3, and your new number 1 contender for the MPW World Heavyweight Championship. It's the Young Lion, Jake Woods. This was a great match.
I thought these guys, again, much as Blake Cannon's a bum, again, great match. Both I thought both guys worked really well together. Jake using all the little inventive tricks, as we like to call them, to make sure he picked up this victory. And I thought, really, a solid match here. I really did enjoy this one.
He's so smart. And honestly, I threw a shot out of the dark after this match. I went and I messaged him on Instagram. I was very fortunate that Jake was willing to give us a bit of time. Jake actually gave me the opportunity to interview him. It was a very fun experience, as you're going to see right now.
AWS from the Pop Spot here at MPW Bad to the Bone, and I am here with the leader of the Dub Club, the most slept-on man in Monster Pro Wrestling, your new number 1 contender for the MPW World Championship. It's the Young Lion, Jake Woods. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I'll correct you on one thing right off the gate there. There is no leader of the Wild Boys. We are a collective. Just because I'm having my single success right now, let's not forget the mighty Casey, former MPW Heavyweight Champion, Max Mayhem, the most dangerous heavyweight here, Tyler Adams, the most dangerous tag team wrestler in the company. So we are a group. We raise each other up. There is no leader of the Wild Boys.
Incredibly well put. The Wild Boys pitched a phenomenal shutout, basically, today. Tyler Adams, he may have lost to Alex Houston, but he had a phenomenal contest nonetheless. Max Mayhem and Casey holding it down, pushing back those Pirates. And, of course, you getting that big World Heavyweight Championship shot against Buckshot Bobby Break. What's your thoughts on the new champion and his sudden rise?
I don't have much thoughts on the new champion. Because, you see, Bobby's good, but he has been what he has been for a long time. He is flamboyant. He throws people off. He's got the charisma. The people love him. And because the people love him, he gets put into opportunities before he deserves them. His work in the ring, I have proven. You know why they're not the tag team champions right now? Because they lost those belts to the Wild Boys.
Exactly.
We have proven the Banger Brigade, Blake Kannon, Bobby Break, they cannot measure up to the Wild Boys.
Exactly.
So he's the champion. I'm not really thinking about him. I'm thinking about myself. This show, you didn't mention it, but I'll mention it for you, is the 3-year anniversary. July 7th, 2023. That is when I made my debut as a professional wrestler. You know who I wrestled that day? Don't worry, I'll tell you. It was Blake Kannon in the main event for the heavyweight title. And you know what Blake's done since then? He's ridden Bobby's coattails all the way to a couple tag team championships because he realized he couldn't do it on his own. You know what I've done since then? I'll let you know. I've been MPW Rookie of the Year. I've been MPW Wrestler of the Year. 3-time tag team champion. Provincial champion. I went on the Northern Death Tour twice. This year in February, I wrestled 23 matches in February. That is the most of any Canadian independent wrestler. I am not only the workhorse, I am the best wrestler in MPW. And now that we have that nice shiny world championship, it would look better on no one else's waist than mine.
Wonderful, wonderful, well put. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your number 1 contender, Jake Woods. You can catch him wrestling for the MPW World Championship at the next MPW show on August 7th, right here at Alberta Ave Community Hall. Thank you for your time, Jake Woods.
You're welcome.
Once more, Dub Club for life.
Such a consummate professional, telling me everything I was doing wrong. I really appreciate criticism like that.
Hey, he's building you up. He's making sure you get the facts so you can be better next time.
Exactly. I'm such an. I say a lot of things about certain people. I'm still incredibly new at the whole interviewing game. I've only been doing it for a few months now. And, I've had interviews with people like Cody Mack, people like Kamikaze. They're very nice, but they don't want to hurt my feelings. I appreciate Jake giving me the criticism that I so desperately need so I can improve at being an interviewer.
Very much so. But from there, we move on to our main event of the evening. It is for the newly crowned MPW. It says heavyweight, but as they said it, World Championship. It's Bobby Break. Sorry, versus Wrath.
Another conflict of interest.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've been a big fan of Wrath for a long time. And when he was known as Jack Hammer, now I'm a big fan of him as his Wrath. I'm also a huge fan of him with Buckshot Bobby Break, especially now that he dropped the bum. I can love him even more. And now he's a couple weeks ago in Fort McMurray. He won the MPW World Championship, and now he is on top of the mountain. But he is scared, and you're going to find a little more about that up in just a few minutes here. But he can't. Wrath came out first, and then Buckshot Bobby Break came out, and he literally comes by. I'm scared, man. I'm scared, and he's just like he's scared. He gets in the ring. He's like worried because Wrath is like more than double his size. I swear, like it's at least 2 Bobby Breaks, if not more. Is what Wrath is. It's just like he's just so much. He's hulking as hell. Bobby trying to power against Wrath, but Wrath dropping him with shoulder blocks. Bobby does get a headlock, but Wrath pulling on the hair. Bobby ended up eventually pulling the beard of Wrath, which was quite funny. Wrath gets a full Nelson on, but Bobby, because we all know he's all greased up, slides out and gets a victory roll for 2. Bobby ends up sending Wrath out to the floor, just a hump to the air, taking his time, goes to the apron, jumps off, but he gets caught and gets power bumped super hard onto the apron. That looked brutal.
That was a brutal one. Like, ugh.
So Wrath then goes around beating him up on the floor, whips him hard into the steel steps, rolls him back in, but he only gets 2. They fight back and forth. Bobby gets the old abominable stretcheroo on, but Wrath just goes hip tossing him over. He just tosses him off. Bobby reverses the suplex into a small package for 2, but then Wrath comes back, just chops him in the throat. Like brutal. Wrath gets a cloverleaf on, and he's got him over cloverleaf on. Bobby gets the rope, and we're like, okay, he's gonna break it. Wrath pulls Bobby off the ropes, then just yanks him out from under him, throwing him up over himself across the ring. And Bobby goes flying across and just smashes face first into the mat.
It was ridiculous.
I've never seen a dude pull somebody out of that style move and flip them just with the utter power that Wrath did. Crazy. And then he's like beating them up on him. Wrath hits a buckle bomb. Bobby comes right back with the super duper kickaroo. Both men are down. Again, both men are fighting back and forth. Bobby gets up on the second rope, double stomps the back of Wrath off the second rope. And then Wrath gets a hand on the ropes, breaking the pin. Bobby gets the figure 4, but Wrath sits up and just starts punching Bobby in the face to break the hold. Wrath hits the Saito suplex, but he only gets 2. Wrath goes for the chokeslam, but Bobby reverses it into the ace crusher, the cutter, out of nowhere for 2. Wrath gets sent to the floor. Then gets back up on the apron before Bobby can come out. As Bobby's getting up to the top, and he pushes him off the top rope, sending him crashing back in the ring. Wrath goes to the top, comes off the top with a splash, but Bobby moves out of the way. As Wrath gets up, Bobby comes running up into the corner, hits him with a corner high knee. He puts him up on the second rope, goes up, goes for the Rana. Wrath stops it, so he pulls him up. You're thinking, oh, we're going to get a powerbomb. But Bobby manages to pull him through with the Rana, the Super Rana off the top, and then goes back up the top, hits the top rope elbow, the elbow from God. I can't remember what he was calling it. Remember?
No, I wrote elbow from God, and I thought we got the okay from him. Like, the reason we're calling it the elbow from God.
You said something else.
I don't know. Well, he'll get back to us about an actual name for an elbow.
But
yeah, no, the only reason
God and crushes Graf for the 1, the 2, and the 3 with that nipple to God. Gets that 1, 2, 3, baby, for the win.
Yep, it was a phenomenal contest. I love how scared Bobby was at the beginning, and the fact that he was able to overcome a challenge like this. It's really, really refreshing. It's really it's gonna be cool to see how he deals with Jake Woods next month.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, I love Bobby. I love Jake more than Bobby, though. So I'm expecting a new champion, but,
Dub Club for life, but Bobby...
I do love Bobby.
After this, I don't know if Bobby can be denied, man, after a win like this.
Bobby is looking pretty undeniable, but the question is Jake Woods the denier?
Well, we're going to find out Mr. Bobby Break's thoughts here, as I did get a chance to catch up with him after the show, and we did get to have a little chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Andre C here for the Possum. I'm here with the man that is your new MPW World Champion, Buckshot, Bobby Break. How you doing, sir?
I'll tell you how I'm doing. I'm a little pissed. The belt's a world title. Because, brother, I'm not even the best wrestler in this room right now. You know what I mean? The pressure is immense. Also, a little PSA, Tyler Adams is a bitch ass. Don't let him away with that shit. Second of all, I wouldn't have took the belt if I knew the ref was going to beat the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah!
Holy shit.
So, just to go back, for Mac a couple weeks ago, you won the inaugural MPW World Championship, the replacement for the MPW Heavyweight Championship. How did it feel to go home and win the title?
Beyond my wildest dreams, to be honest with you. To be a part of the lineage that is this place and to have my name along the likes of, like, your Sean Martins and your Vance Nevadas and your Steve Rivers and, Ian the Massive Damage, who's been an important figure in my life no matter what way you cut it. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. Like, if we can let the walls down for a second, it was the greatest moment of my entire life.
Oh, 100%.
Don't tell anybody else that. But that's the greatest moment of my entire life. Full stop. And to come back here, and the reception was amazing. I suffer with imposter syndrome severely. Like, as soon as I got it, I was being serious. I was like, what the fuck did I just do? I was like, now I have to go out there and try to be the best thing on the show. And the pressure is immense. And honestly, compared to Wrath, I feel like I didn't even deserve to be there. You know what I mean? He's amazing. Mm-hmm. He's huge. He's got the look, the presence, the confidence. We're back there. I'm freaking out. I'm pacing back and forth. He's cool. He's calm. He says, we got it, buddy. We're going to do great. And I love and appreciate that about him so much. He's a great dude. Even though he beat the shit out of me and blew my knee out on that cloverleaf bullshit, whatever that was.
Oh, that, like, just to see him toss you around like he had you on a cloverleaf. He was standing over you on a cloverleaf and then just pulled you out from under him and threw him over you over his head. Like, just to go through that is insane.
I know.
But you still have this belt around your waist after going through a beating like that.
Yeah, we do. I'm so excited for what's next. I feel like tonight was where I feel like I earned it. You know what I mean?
100%.
I got to go out there and do it when the pressure was on in front of you guys, right? Like, for that crowd was easy. For that crowd, I could have come out there and just done this, and they would have gone nuts, right? Because, like, it's very
format it goes well for anybody.
Well, for anybody, just someone from there doing something. Here's where I had to earn it. You know what I mean? So I appreciate it so much. Like, the reception that we got, the work we put in. I feel great, all things considered. Even though I messed my rib up, even though my knee blew out on that cloverleaf thingy, I competed in jiu-jitsu for about half my life. My knees are toast. They just come out sometimes. It's not like a serious injury, but it comes out and I'm like, fuck. I was like, it's over. And then when I hit on the other side, I come back in. I'm like, bing bang. I was like, we're back. We're good.
You battled back to retain the MPW World Championship, and we do know who your number one contender is now, and that is the young lion, Jake Woods. So that's potentially your match for next month.
Let me get into character really quick. Jake Woods, I'm going to take your ass. You understand me? I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to touch you in ways you ain't never been touched. You're going to discover things about yourself. I'm going to explode your body in the middle of that ring. Nice boots, jackass. I'm going to rip them off and suck your toes. You're not ready for what's coming at you, okay? You're not Wrath. You're not Wrath. I can handle you. I don't got a bob and weave. I'm going to rip your fingers off and suck them and chew them out and touch you all over. They're going to love it. They're freaks. All of them. They're going to love it. Anyway, what were you saying, Fred?
Yeah, next month, Bobby Break, Jake Woods, MPW World Championship, August 7th, right here, Alberta Avenue Community Hall.
Show up, watch Jake Woods get finger blasted. All right, see you later, big dog.
Come watch Jake Woods get finger blasted. What is he talking about?
I'm gonna rip your boots off and suck on your toes. Like,
I am half expecting once Jake sees this promo, if he sees it, because again, I don't know if he watches this show. If he does, thank you for your support. But if he sees this, he's going to have to cut a promo being like, Bobby Break is a freak.
He really is. He really is.
Yeah.
But with that said, I was gonna say, but with that said, it's about time that we get on out of this place. So we thank all y'all for joining us. But before we do that, AWS, where can they find you?
You can find me on the Blue Sky at awscomedy.bluesky.social. You can find me on the Instagrams at awscomedy, YEG. And if you want to watch me, my buddy Andreas, who is afraid of children, and my buddy Malcolm, who is clearly not afraid of children, sit down, enjoy some episodes of Power Rangers, shoot the shit, make some memes. You know what it is. You can find all the episodes of the Morphomania podcast at youtube.com/@humanoidfreak2515. And I want to give a quick shout out to my boys at the Grindstone Theater, as I tend to always do. It's a very special shout out this time because I get to shout out for the first time on this show the Grindstone Comedy Festival. It is a massive 10-day festival encompassing a few venues in and around the Grindstone Theater. Some of the best comedians in the world are coming to this festival. There's phenomenal shows from a bunch. Sorry?
Sean Majumdar part of it?
Sean Majumdar is there, yes. I was going to get to that. People like Sean Majumdar, Ashwin Singh, Henry Sir, some phenomenal comedians, and also featuring some phenomenal performances from organizations that are related to the Grindstone that I love. Mixtape Improv, Sorry Not Sorry Improv, friggin' Weird Al Karaoke. Some phenomenal shows related to the Grindstone Theater are performing in this comedy. And I was gonna I can't shout out every show. I want to shout out every show, but I'm not going to. The big shout out I was going to say is Sterling Scott, a man who has been on the finals of Canada's Got Talent, one of the funniest men I have ever seen, one of the funniest people I've ever actually met and had a personal conversation with. It was he's a phenomenal guy, and you can check out his show at the Grindstone Theater for the Grindstone Comedy Festival this Thursday, July 9th at 9 p.m. Mountain. Tickets are on sale right now, and they're going for about $35 a pop. And you can find tickets to that and every other show at the Comedy Festival this year at grindstonetheater.ca. You can find the calendar function. You can see every ticket that you can find for every show at the Comedy Festival. And tickets vary very much in prices, anywhere from $35 for some of the phenomenal people like Sterling Scott, Henry Sir, Sharon Mahoney, up to free. There are a couple of free events for the show, including a screening for a comedian-filmed film right here in Edmonton called Buffet Infinity, and one of my favorite comedy shows in the city, the Mackie Happy Comedy Jam, which runs every Wednesday. Their one this week is going to be tied to the Grindstone Comedy Festival. It's going to be a big show. But that's it from me. Andre C., where can they find you, my friend?
X Blue Sky at that Canada guy, Instagram threads at that Canada. You can find me over in our local establishment where I do my weekly Sunday sports show. Point of view, you can be there every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 9 a.m. my time. You can check us out, chatting all the world of sports. We've been talking a lot of footy lately. Being that this is being recorded on Saturday night, we're going to be talking about Canada getting eliminated from the round, losing in the round of 16, but insane tournament for them. We're going to be chatting about all that on this Sunday episode, and we talk about all the world of sports every Sunday as we chat as we chatted all over on our local establishment on YouTube and over on Twitch. I also have my show, The Marvel Talk. We just dropped our episode reviewing the Supergirl movie this couple days ago, myself and old Ed. And then it's literally going to be going live after I recorded this, but it's already going to be out there when this comes out. We're doing Marvel Talk for X-Men 97, the first 3 episodes. We'll be having 2 more episodes covering the rest of the series. We're going to do 3 episodes at a time on each episode. So come check that out over on Marvel Talk or over on our local establishment for Marvel Talk. And then got to give a big old shout out to the channel that hosts us. It's Backbreaker Video, youtube.com/Backbreaker Video, where we do all of our stuff, all of our Pop Spot, all of our Pop Spot Presents, which are our guests as of right now supposed to be this month will be Nasty Nate Nixon for the next episode of Pop Spot Presents. Get ready for that in the next couple of weeks. You can also see all the great live stuff that Mike does over at twitch.tv/MikeTheRef, featuring his Backbreaker Pro Wrestling show featuring the Pop Spot Monsters
and your BPW champion AWS specifically right here.
Yeah. And then you can see replays of all that at youtube.com/Backbreaker_gaming. And a question, if you want to get a hold of us, popspotpod@gmail.com. You can send your emails over there to get a hold of us. If you want to check out MPW, they're on Facebook, and you can go to MPW Wrestling on Instagram for all the information, and you reach out to anybody working on an MPW show, and they'll be able to get tickets for that show.
Can I get a pop for that?
Pop, pop.
Pop, pop. Thank you so much for joining us for another phenomenal episode of the Pop Spot right here on YouTube, Backbreaker Video. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe to Backbreaker Video so you can get all the updates on all of the indie wrestling in Edmonton that we cover. And, of course, get that awesome interview series. I'm super jazzed to talk to Nasty Nate Nixon coming up in a couple weeks. I've had a lot of questions that I need to be fielded from my good friend Jocelyn. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
No. Her questions are not getting answered.
Thank you so much for watching. This has been Andre C. I have been AWS. And until next time, stay poppin'. Bye-bye.